quash that subpoena, Fani. Some people might say Fani's got to quash it. She filed a motion to do just that, and we're going to go through it. She does not want to testify. She does not want Fulton County to testify. We know that she's in a little hot water over Nathan's hot dog, and this is scheduled for an evidentiary hearing in front of Judge McAfee in Georgia, in Fulton County, the day after Valentine's Day. And so we don't know if they're going to be coming from their safe house, bang house, wherever they're coming from that they were all paying for on Fulton County taxpayer dollars. But she's working real hard to not testify. And she's also getting some criticism from some more citizens out there in Fulton County. And we're going to hear what this woman had to say. So this is the motion. Fulton County, Fani says, quash it, baby. Filed in the state of Georgia versus Donald Trump and all of the other co-defendants. Here is Fani's motion. She says, Fani's here to quash it, the subpoena that came from Michael Roman. Roman filed the original motion, blowing the lid off this whole thing, saying we busted you two. And so then sent a bunch of additional motions and subpoenas, and I think they're attached at the end of this document. But here's what Fani's office says. It says, you know, this defendant, Michael Roman, Fani's writing, has taken the extraordinary step of attempting to subpoena numerous members of the Fani office to a February 15th hearing. Extraordinary. In support of his ill-conceived motion to dismiss and to disqualify Fani. Now, the effort, says Fani's office, should be promptly brought to a close, saying Georgia law, as well as authority from across the country, predictably frowns on a process that permits counsel for one litigant to compel the testimony of counsel and employees of the opposing party. Well, I think that's probably true. Yeah, I mean, we do frown upon, like, nobody wants to be subpoenaing the other party, but when you're banging your special prosecutor, you're kind of out of options, you know what I mean? And there is no justification, she says, to depart from that general principle here. I just named one. First of all, it's your special counsel, and you've got a lot of money problems with paying him what some estimates are about $1 million for that while you're going on cruises and other things. Pay for prosecution, you're getting a benefit from that prosecution of Trump. If Nathan Wade dismissed the case, he wouldn't get paid anymore. You'd have no more cruise money. So that's why we got to do it. No one's happy about it. That's why we're here. Now, as there is no factual basis, she says, and I just listed it, and I'm trying not to repeat myself too many times here, that could reasonably justify requiring opposing counsel and other employees to be a witness in this case, the state respectfully requests that the court quash each of the subpoenas that are served on the following people associated with Fani's office. So let's just, of course, back that up. What is she talking about here? There is no factual basis that could reasonably, yes, there is. Okay, first of all, you laid out your position on this in your affidavit from Nathan Wade. Fulton County signed off on that. Nathan said, I don't need to testify. We don't need to have a hearing. Don't call Fani into the stand because Nathan signed this document. And that's the truth. We said, okay, well, there's a bunch of things in here that we think are lies. He said he met you after a certain date and time. We've got witnesses who says you two were sucking face at the bar at the municipal conference in 2019, okay, with your gavels and your robes on. Weird, but you do you. So that is evidence that we want to ask about. That's why we deviate from the prior general principle, Fani, because there are some lies that are emanating from your office. You allege this. We've got witnesses to say the other. So how about we have an evidentiary hearing? Guess what? We're going to need you at the evidentiary hearing. Here's your subpoena. Enjoy. They can't fathom that, but here, they don't want the subpoenas to go out to any of these people. And I am so happy that Ashley Merchant subpoenaed everybody, including Nathan Wade. So District Attorney Fani Willis got a subpoena. She got a subpoena, and hopefully it's served. And she shows up to testify because we want to see it. We also have another executive DA, Daisha Young, Sonia Allen, other DAs, Dexter Bond. Not sure who these people are, but guess who this one is? We know him. Nathan Wade got a subpoena. Michael Hill got a subpoena. We got Tia Green, Capers Green, all got subpoenas in the house, along with Thomas Ricks. Now, additionally, Michael Roman has attempted to subpoena an attorney who also represented Nathan Wade, which is an attorney, Terrence Bradley. So she's going after everybody. I like to talk to everybody you know, your friends, everyone you ever met. You had coffee with them. I want to talk to them. In addition to personal and business bank records also belonging to Wade and his law practice. Now, they're unhappy about that. Thomas Ricks, they say, neither Chief Investigator Thomas Ricks nor Special Prosecutor Wade have actually been served with a subpoena, right? So now they're fighting service. Oh, it's fun. Oh, it's fun. Prosecutors are fighting service. Nuh-uh, you didn't serve me appropriately. Nuh-uh. And this motion to quash, and normally it's reversed. This is why it's so fun. It's like schadenfreude. It's the opposite. It's like, normally they're having to serve people and drag their butts to court. And now Nathan Wade is like tap dancing around. He's like, is there a process server around here? Going from his $600,000 car into his, into his new bang house, running around. Nope, didn't serve me. Nope. Nathan who? I don't know who you're talking about. No, they don't live here. 24 is the rule. They say in this motion to quash specifically, specifically does not waive either's rights to raise or lack of improper service. So, you haven't served us, so we're not showing up. Now, both, however, were included on Roman's witness list, and for efficiency's sake, they are addressed in the state's motion to quash. So now, upon information and belief, they say, this is Fani, Michael Roman has not spoken to any, right? Fani's saying he's never talked to anybody, any of the above named witnesses, and cannot with any accuracy or good faith relay to the court the content of their anticipated testimony, right? So she's like, they're my employees, not yours. He doesn't know what they're going to say, so they don't have anything useful to say, and he's never talked to them. So instead, each of these subpoenas are transparently appear to be attempting to conduct discovery, rather belatedly, of an effort to support reckless accusations made in prior court filings, saying the subpoenas should be quashed. They don't know anything about these people, so they don't have a basis to call them in. Saying, we got a lot of rules here, says subpoenas to DAs and to the special counsel. Says, the spectacle of one party attempting to call opposing counsel to the stand has been predictably criticized by the appellate courts. And I would agree with that. Like, all that's true. Like, you don't want a justice system where everybody's subpoenaing each other's lawyers. Oh, you're going to ignore my phone call? All right, subpoena. I sent you an email yesterday, not getting a response, subpoena. Oh, you cut me off in the parking lot on the way to court, subpoena. You don't want that, right? Between lawyers, because we're psychopaths and we'll do it. Like, all right, here you go. But when you have a special situation like this, where you have a prosecutor, right, in a position of power who has allegedly been violating the literal ethical rules of the state and violating the law, arguably maybe the criminal laws, by, fraudulently passing money off to her special prosecutor lover, then this is a different situation, right? Appellate courts also, by the way, they don't really like that either, when you have total corruption within a prosecutor's office. They don't like that either. Why don't you copy and paste some of the case law for that? But they say this case is no different. Says you should quash these subpoenas. Courts regularly quash subpoenas. They do it all the time. They only will allow subpoenas of the opposing party in rare circumstances. And they give some examples of those. Any subpoena for testimony or documents that's directed to us is a very high hurdle, Judge. And so don't let them do that here. Mike Roman, the defendant, has not made that showing that we deserve to be subpoenaed. Saying also federal courts, right, another analogy, they try to discourage the gamemanship of throwing subpoenas at each other. Now, federal rules do not explicitly forbid it. They have held that depositions that are trying to harass the attorneys are not allowed, obviously. Again, this is like basic law stuff. These people, a lot of the time they don't really have much argument on this one, I suppose. Let's see. Finally, the indiscriminate breadth with which Roman has sought to source testimony from the DA's employees, from Fani's employees, is troubling. Says it suggests an eye towards public narrative as opposed to legal remedy. I don't agree with that at all. I mean, the public narrative is writing itself. What this is about getting to the facts. In your affidavit, which was probably a foolish thing, right, that you did, you said a bunch of stuff, and there are allegations to the contrary about those things. And so that's why the subpoenas are necessary, to clarify what you said, that apparently there's evidence to the contrary about. So they say, in addition to the attorneys and the investigators tasked with investigating and prosecuting the case against Roman, who appear on his subpoena list, other DA staff with no knowledge of the issues have also gotten subpoenas, right? She's blanketing the office, including Fani Willis's executive assistant. She even got a subpoena. Did you schedule those cruises? Look at me. You're under oath. Did you ask for upgrades? What did Fani say about her little cocktails? What time does she have those? 6 p.m. delivered to her room? Did you schedule those? Investigators involved in her security detail, which I wonder if she was using, well, I was going to say maybe the same company as Corey Bush, but personnel responsible for general operations as well. So everybody in Fani's life, her gardener, got a subpoena. Was she here on this date, or did she go to the cruise with Nathan Wade? Defendant has not demonstrated any need for these witnesses, let alone cleared the compelling need hurdle, nor can he represent what relevant testimony these witnesses may possess, as his attorney has not spoken to any of them, saying this is just harassment and disruption. Well, we have a pretty good idea of what they are going to say. So I think they're going to go through the various subpoenas. They're saying, okay, so this one went to another attorney. They're saying Mike Roman went after Nathan Wade's divorce lawyer, right? This guy used to work for Nathan Wade. Now, Bradley's a former business partner of Wade, but also represented Wade in his divorce. So any information that he has, they say, is irrelevant. It's protected by attorney-client privilege. It is non-discoverable, and so you can't talk about Terrence Bradley and Nathan Wade. They give us some case law here. They go through the other subpoena. This one, Sinvu Bank. Now, there's a bank to produce Wade's financial records. Sinvu Bank, right? They wanted everything from that. Application for credit from 2020 to present, credit reports. They say, oh no, you can't get his Nathan Wade's financial financial documents. This is a fishing expedition, and it's oppressive and unreasonable. And Georgia has said that you can't allow this. So general subpoenas that seek categories of documents are overbroad. This is just generic fishing expedition crap. Any defense attorney in any state will just say, oh, gosh, fishing expedition. Got it. Okay. This is prosecutors like, default NPC language, right? And they're like, well, you don't deserve that. It's a fishing expedition. There's a bunch of case law that supports that. They're like, okay, thanks. They copy and paste it all the time. So they say, in short, Roman, he's casting as wide a net as possible in hopes that he finds some information to support allegations he's already made. It's a misuse of the subpoena power, and it should be quashed. Now, although litigation is certainly adversarial, they say, there are rules in play that govern the proceedings. Does it also cover like speaking in churches, ranting about racist defendants and their lawyers for 30 minutes on MLK Day in front of an entire church spread around the entire country, and then blaming everybody else for your affair with Nathan Wade? I wonder if that matters in that at all, or any of the other conflicts of interest that have been made evident in this case. But now, because Roman cannot establish the necessity of any of the testimony or any of the documents, Fani says the subpoena should be quashed. Quash that, Fani. Says this one was signed by Anna Greencross, the white woman with whom Fani did not sleep with. As far as we know, there was no sleeping here, no affair with this one, but only Nathan Wade. So this is what was sent in, certificate of service and all the other things. I think we got some subpoenas here. Yeah, so defendant Michael Roman's return of subpoenas. And this is from Ashley Merchant, the attorney who blew the lid on this whole thing right off. Shout out to Ashley Merchant. And let's see what else is here. Yeah, here is the subpoena that they ultimately got. Okay, Sonia Allen got this, Fulton County DA's office. Hey, you're hereby commanded to appear the day after Valentine's Day in the Michael Roman case. Subpoena signed off here on here by the clerk of the Superior Court, Ashley Merchant. Boom, sign off on it, you're done. This one went to Christopher Campbell, business partner of Nathan Wade. Dexter Bond got one. Well, where's Fanny's? There it is. Oh, hey, Fani. Fani got a subpoena right here. Hey, Fani, you're commanded. You better lay aside all of your other business, like letting your county turn to garbage. You be and appear in front of the Superior County Court in Fulton on February 15th. You are required to attend from day to day and from time to time until the matter is disposed of. Get your butt in here, Fani. And I'm sure this felt so fun for Ashley Merchant, all right? For all our litigators out there, come on. You go out there and you sign off on this to go after the Fulton County DA. That's great, man. It's great. It's a lot of fun. So, all right, Nathan Wade got his too. Boom, there it is, right? Same thing. You better show up at the same date and time, Ashley Merchant. And this stuff was served, it says. Well, this guy says, I served Nathan Wade. I thought they said they didn't serve him. Oh, by certified mail. You see this? So they're dodging service. All right, so look, this is the return of service notice by the process server. Attorney served by Ashley Merchant, attorney. So she says that she did it by certified mail, right? So states have different rules. So she says maybe didn't try to personally serve him, but did it by certified mail. And oftentimes, for example, you can do certified mail and then maybe tape a copy to their residence. So, it's called alternative service. Arizona does it. We've got Scottsdale, Arizona that does this even for photo radar tickets. So, they'll do it for alternative service. And it's a mechanism that apparently Fanny's saying is not accurate, right? Service is not effectuated. You gotta, you can't do it by mail or whatever her claims are. So we'll see if that gets litigated. A bunch of other subpoenas went out, and these are the attorneys responding. That was Merchant, but attorneys are responding to the subpoenas, and good stuff. Okay, so that hearing is going to be coming up. We cannot wait to cover it. Be sure you're subscribed, my friends, wherever it is you're watching this, because it's going to be a fun one. Now, elsewhere in Fulton County, citizens are saying to the city council that, this is not a good situation. Fani should be focused on taking care of her actual job. This is in Fulton County.
Fulton County has a case backlog of more than 20,000. 35% of inmates in Fulton County Jail are still unindicted by the DA, and 25 inmates died there in the last 2 years amid the Trump grand jury. Fani Willis isn't serving this community. She wasn't even before she became absorbed with her own legal problems. No one believes that now amid new lawsuits, congressional investigations, and subpoenas that she will start doing her job. The community deserves a prosecutor whose first priority is public safety and the rule of law, not helping Joe Biden win in 2024.
Boom!
For the good of this state, she must resign. Likewise, Commissioner Natalie Hall just cost taxpayers $902,487. She must resign.
Wow.
She refuses to resign. Please charge the loss to her district constituents.
Shout out to that lady. So shout out to her. She is out there telling them to resign. So it's a big problem. Sounds like just millions of dollars are just flying out everywhere. I don't know how many DAs have different boyfriends, or, different Fannies in different, positions have different boyfriends. All got to get paid. Cruises are expensive, man. Where are you going to get that cruise money? Gosh, it just doesn't grow on trees. Have you seen inflation, by the way? All right. So quash that Fani. Subpoena. Fani is going to be challenging this. We're going to see what the judge says. There will be replies to this. Ashley Merchant is not going to be happy about that. And so we'll be taking a look at what the response says when it gets dropped. And hopefully the evidentiary hearing happens on the 15th. We'll be looking forward to seeing you back here when we cover it, my friends. Don't forget to check out the links down in the description. WatcherLodge.com. Sign up for one of our events, all free for the first 48 hours. So make sure you get over there and sign up for it. And we'll see you back here on the next one.